Welcome to Activation Nation, where we talk all things business, mindset, momentum, and what it really takes to build the life that you love. I'm your host, Mindy Trimble, and I am joined today by the amazing Marci Steiner. Yay! If you could see her, you could see her dancing. I truly am thrilled to have Marci here with me today. I have been able to work with her multiple times throughout the last 18 months. She is a phenomenal leader and speaker and just person in general. And so I'm really excited to have you here with me today, Marci. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
And we're going to dive in and talk about, a lot of different things. It is really hard, I will tell you, Marci, to narrow it down to what kind of a topic I'm going to talk with you about today, or trying to decide that, because Marci really is just an absolute wealth of knowledge. I mean, it comes from, gosh, a lifetime of experience. You grew up in the industry having a mom that also was in this industry as you were growing up. You have 25 years of personal experience yourself outside of just growing up in it, and joined LifeVantage 14 years ago. Is that all right? Am I getting all the numbers
Yes,
right?
you got it down to a T. You
Okay.
did your homework, Mindy.
So she has, like I said, an absolute wealth of knowledge with just really living within this industry and knowing all the things and all of the different, pivots and how it's evolved over so many years, and been with different companies and been able to really I'm sure, draw a lot of different things from growing up in it, and also from the different companies that you have been with, of the good, the bad, the great, and everything in between. And that I think has really brought you to where you're at today. And so I'm excited to kind of dive into some of the things we're going to talk about. How, like, did I get it all? Like, there's so much, Marci, to even touch on there, of just a lifetime of experience. And so tell me if I covered all of it. Is there
Oh,
anything else you would like to share with the listeners about just your experience overall?
well, my mom has gone to heaven, but I will say this. I'm
Mhm.
so for all the moms and dads that might be listening in, if you have kids, just know that was me. I was one of those kids. And what my mom got to show me was a different path, a different platform of business
Mhm.
that I had not been exposed to, prior to the time that she came into the business. And oh my God, it's a whole story telling you about all of her journey and our journey. Just know, like, your kids are watching you.
Mm.
And my visions and dreams and what I believed to be possible, a lot of it came from growing up in this industry,
Yeah.
and it opened me up. So just know that you're inspiring your family by your yes and by taking action and achieving your goals. It's they're watching what you're doing, and that's what I did. So it kind of gets in your veins, and I see it with my own kids. They're both amazing, and they got to ride in the front seat of the car, because thank God for this business. I was able to be a full-time mother. They were 2 and 3 when I started. Now they're 26 and 20, almost 28. And I got to drop them off at school, pick them up at school, be at the volleyball games, do all that. But there were many times that they would come to the car at the end of the day, and I'd hold the phone up to my ear and point to the phone like, coaching. I'd say I'm on a coaching call or whatever. They'd do their homework, but they'd listen to the story, and they'd listen to the challenges, and they listen to the dreams and the whys, and all of that is inside of them today. So that's what I can say. I got to be that child, and the world of possibilities opened up for me. And so after having a career in corporate America as an executive for a decade and a half, I thought that I would grow to the top of that, business, the traditional business. Um, but when I got married and started having children, I really wanted to show up as a mom. I wanted to be there with my kids. And it wasn't LifeVantage, but network marketing gave me the ability to be a mom and to be
Mhm.
there for everything and still contribute to our family and to causes that I believe in. So
Well,
that's
and what a cool, like, thing, as I hear you talk about what it was like for you and getting that vision from your mom and, hearing that, and then being able to pass on that legacy and really do the same thing for your kids and be present and also have them be able to be a part of your life and what you've got going on and your passions and dreams and being able to absorb that from you too is what an amazing legacy to be able to continue on
and that's
from.
what I think about too, Mindy, and how I'm building my business. I think about hopefully one day I'll have the fortune of having grandchildren or great grandchildren, and I want this LifeVantage business
Mhm.
to 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 carry on, and for
Yeah.
the money that's being generated to go to them, to
Mhm.
allow them to show up and express themselves on this planet the way that their divine gifts would have them do. So,
Absolutely. I
yeah.
love that. Well, that really, like, leads into, one thing that I wanted to talk to you about is every change and every decision that we make, right, kind of leads us onto a path. And as, you've talked about this and I've kind of learned this from you is that, you really have always been somewhat. I know that you worked in, the corporate world and kind of went off of that, but that path of network marketing in this industry has always been a part of your life. What was what do you feel like, or was there one decision that you feel like was monumental or helped you to pivot in your business to really dive into it or really give it everything that it needed to get you to those goals that you wanted? Was there
Yeah.
something that happened or
Yeah.
was there not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was actually, a life experience.
Okay.
My husband and I our family experienced an unexpected financial loss,
Mm,
and that changed our why because I kinda went from a place where I was living a dream life, a life that people would only wish for, to literally just trying to put food on the table, figure out how to keep our kids in private school because they really needed to do that, like, our budget was we everything, every penny that we spent was budgeted
mhm,
when LifeVantage found me. And I will say that it was very different than past businesses because I was in this space where I was on my hands and knees and just like not knowing how I was going to move forward. I didn't want to go back and lose my freedom. I wanted to be a mom, as I said. And
yeah,
so the decision when I was slow to say yes because I was heavily committed someplace else, but when I did, I remember going to my husband and going to my kids and saying, mommy found something that if I put my head down for the next 3 to 5 years, this could change our life forever.
mhm,
And so the decision was to go all in. The decision was to consciously go out of balance in my life for a period of time to create momentum that would catapult the legacy that I had in my mind's eye.
mhm. Well, and what kind of, I mean, it sounds like you said, you had really a huge life change that kind of forced you into thinking differently and making some changes. What kind of a mindset, Marcy, do you feel like that you had to shift into, or what kind of a mindset did you have to get into to be able to kind of, like you said, you switched companies to almost maybe start from scratch a little bit. That I would imagine was probably extremely challenging and maybe even daunting quite a bit, like, felt overwhelming at times. How did you get in the right mindset, or what kind of
Yeah.
a mindset did you have to get into
Well,
to make
my
that
other
happen?
business was shifting. It was changing. There were things happening that were out of my control, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of not the same company.
Mhm. Which happens a lot in life, right?
Right,
We
like, the company was going away,
Sure.
okay? And
Mhm.
so, there were things that I could not control.
Yep.
What had to shift for me was my absolute, um 2 things. 1, that I was going to play team here. I
Mhm.
found the team to play with. It wasn't like, if it is to be, it's up to me. It's, if it
Mhm.
is to be, it's up to we. And yet at the same time that I'm playing team, I was gonna take, like, accountability for my
Mhm.
I was gonna shift my focus from what wasn't in my control to what was in my control. And that's what I just kept, like, the mindset was just like, let me I am responsible. I am
Mhm.
responsible. That's what it's like, and what more can I do to get the result? That's what I would just keep asking myself. What more can I do to get the result?
Mhm.
And so my belief was that with the team and with the perfect storm, LifeVantage, and with my accountability to myself and taking those actions consistently, that there's nowhere that I couldn't go.
I love that. Well, and I know just from, the little bit that I have been able to work with you, like I said, over the last year or 2, that is still very much the way that you operate. You are still very much involved and excited and passionate and have a lot of momentum and really create that for your team. How do you have you been able to stay in that space over the last 14 years?
Mm, such a good question. It's because I don't really focus on sales. I
Mhm.
focus on service. I'm coming from a place of, who can I help? I've
Yeah.
always, ever since I was probably like 3 years old, um, I I've wanted to just make a big difference on this planet. I just wanted to help people.
Yeah.
And network marketing is just a platform where, when you're helping people, you can be compensated beyond anything that I've ever seen. So it's really just like, I know what this has given to me. I know what it feels like to, for the first time really in my life, to feel financially, like, sound, like, I'm not afraid of getting a flat tire. I'm not afraid if I had to replace the air conditioning. I can actually think about, like, okay, we could go on a trip and I can pay for everybody and their friend to come with
Yeah.
us or whatever. And so I just know, when I meet people and they want something, whatever it is that they want, whether it's to cover their mortgage, or to just not flinch when they have to go fill up their gas tank, or that they could buy organic blueberries instead of regular ones at the grocery store, whatever it is, big or small.
Yeah.
I know I've got a legitimate platform that, if they have the desire, the burning desire to achieve that, and they work a system that's proven, which we have, and they're coachable, that, like, I do believe
Possible.
that they could have and be and do anything.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that. And I
We're
think
just, yeah,
that
we're coming from service, so it's just an amazing platform to help people out and give. I'll never get tired of this. I'll never not wanna do this. Like, how could I keep this a secret? It's amazing. And that's just network marketing in general, but it's gotta be the perfect storm, because not all network marketing companies are created equal.
yeah.
Because,
And
like,
you've experienced that a little bit.
I have. I
Yeah.
mean, I can tell you, my last company, that's one of the main differences. Like, the system was so, I mean, if you ever done another network marketing business where you had to throw parties, or you had a product that wasn't highly consumable, where you were just having to find the next person, the next person, the next person. When I got to LifeVantage and I found wow, you could build to the top of the compensation plan with 3 sources of business? Like, just 3? Like, wow, I could be really particular and picky about who I even wanna explore partnering up with in this business, and that could be so much fun because I don't have to just work with anybody. I don't have
Mhm.
to, enroll every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I can be, like, mindful and careful about who I wanna explore partnership with because I'm just gonna help those people go, and the ones that want it, that see it like I do, I'm gonna work with them and go help them to find their amazing LifeVantage family.
Yeah, which is so great to be able to have that option and have we really do have such a phenomenal compensation program.
Oh, it's off the
The absolute
chain.
best.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so what is something that you mentioned as you were just talking systems a couple of times?
Mm.
And, we have some great systems. Is there any systems that you use personally and that you have used that you feel like have worked really, really well for you? Say, if you're bringing in or you're talking to a new person that you want to partner with.
Yeah, it's not gonna sound like something that you've probably never heard of before, Mindy.
Uh-oh.
When I got here, one of the things that very much attracted me to LifeVantage is that I got my consultant kit and there was the proven plan in there.
Uh-huh.
It was just a simple, these 6 steps with accountability at the center. And
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, we're going to do some getting started. We're going to make a list. We're going to invite people to take a look at either breakthrough, technologies or invite them to explore potential partnership with me. They're going to hear the story, not for me, but using a tool. And then I'm going to connect them with the team to overcome any concerns or answer any questions. And then I'm going to invite them again, the second invite, close them, invite them. I like to call it the second invite to, see like if this is for them. I'm going to sift and sort. And that's kind of the simple system. It's ITT. We invite. I am always thinking at the front of my mind is that this is not a sales business. If I'm going to build a legacy business, I'm going to replicate. I'm going to do and say what hundreds and thousands of other consultants can and will do and say.
Yeah.
And so I just keep it super simple. I
Yeah.
focus on helping people. So the system is like they'll come in and answer some basic questions, make their list. You want a small business? Make a list of 25. You want a bigger business? 100 to 300 people on your list without prejudging. And
Mhm.
then from there, it's a matter of um, coming up with your script. How are you going to invite someone to take a look at invite them to take a look at the products? How are you going to invite them to take a look to explore the business opportunity? Each person kind of has their with some basic framework, right? So like knowing they're going to mention the word business, they're going to give genuine compliments, they're going to make an active request, like would you be open to taking a look at doing something with me, something like that. Within that framework, once I find that people have the words and the confidence to actually do the inviting, then they're off and they're going through their list. And then it's just a process of sifting and sorting. And
Mhm.
you learn by doing. That's what's so amazing is like playing team, you learn by doing. And then by doing it, you can become that mentor for others. And that's how the system works.
I love that. So remind me, tell me what ITT stands for? Invite?
Invite, tool, team.
I love
Yep.
it. Mm.
Invite, tool, team. So you invite, you're not the tool. You're not sharing the information yourself. You're connecting them to a video or bringing them to a party or a coffee shop meeting or your mentor, somebody else, somewhat other way that they're
Mhm.
going to receive the information. And then after that, you're connecting them to the team. So I do a lot of, use pre-recorded tools, whether it's product overview, business overview, that kind of thing.
Because if anyone out there that is a parent knows this, it's just like with children. I can say something a million times,
Mhm.
and it kind of goes in one ear and out the other,
Yeah,
and someone else says the exact same thing, and, like, a light bulb turns on, and your
that's
kids
part of it. That's
so
part
that third party validation is a real thing. It really
it,
is.
and more than that, when you're building a legacy business is the replication.
Yeah.
So I know that when whether someone's looking at coming into the business or whether they're already a consultant, they are
Mhm.
asking themselves 2 questions. One is this real? And then
Mhm.
the second question is, can I do this?
Yeah.
Well, if you're the bridge or you're the consultant who is inviting the prospect to take a look at partnering up with you, and you as as the person who did the inviting is not sharing any information, all you're doing is sending them the business overview. Okay. You're sharing the tool. When it comes to them exploring and evaluating whether this is a good match, what do you think the answer is going to be? Do we have a higher chance that they're going to say, yes, I could do this if I don't share the information?
Because all of a sudden then it's their decision, not their right? Like, that's how
No,
I look at it a
no,
little
it's
bit
not
is
that it's their decision. It's just that they're going to look at the system and see, I didn't have to, they don't have to come in and learn how to do all this.
Mhm.
All they have to do is invite someone, just like I invited them,
Yeah,
share a tool like a video about P84 or whatever tool you're using, right? And then when someone has questions, they're going to put them on the phone with a business partner. They're going to use the team. And by doing that, that's so empowering.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it just keeps replicating. People believe like I could do this.
yeah. I love that. Well, and I think too, like you said, Marcy, sending them, inviting and you sharing, um, your passion comes through. They hear that. And and then sending them like, "Hey, here's some information for you to mull over, for you to look at, for you to, kind of back up like what you've said." Then all of a sudden where what I was saying was then all of a sudden it makes them create a space where they're researching it and then they're making the decision rather than ever feeling convinced like they are
Oh, I have
being.
0 I tell them. I will literally tell them, Mindy, like, I will tell them, "Just so you know, because usually people are talking me into enrolling them. They don't just get to be enrolled.
It's flip-flopped.
It's flip-flopped, and I will tell them, I have 0 interest, minus 0 interest in selling, like, convincing. I don't have any interest in doing it. Like, I my job is to get you the information so that you can get the clarity about whether you're in alignment. It's
Yeah,
not about convincing you because you know what's gonna happen? If they enroll and they're not in alignment, it's kind of a waste of everybody's time. So I'd
absolutely.
rather just help support them in getting all the clarity they need, and then when they move forward, I know if they step into the platform, if they're
Mhm.
in writing, they're using the tools and connecting the team, they can go as far as they wanna go.
Oh, I love that. And that kind of goes into I wanted to talk a little bit about, kind of clarity. What are some things because I feel like you are really, really good at inviting, like we've talked about, and like you said, making sure that they have all the tools and all the information, and I love your ITT system. I think that it's just really such a great flawless system to set people up and help them go in the right direction. So as, let's like a new person coming in and maybe they have some reservations or some worries or not worries about their decision, but worries about feeling confident to, talk about it or maybe sharing with people because they're shy. That can feel a little bit scary and overwhelming, right? And not because they feel like they have to be an expert, but just because that feels maybe a little bit intimidating. What is something that you do to help people overcome that roadblock?
Mm, okay. Well, first of all, if they're feeling shy, usually when you're feeling shy, it's your focus is on yourself. So I like to help. people that are feeling shy to just become really curious and interested in the person in front of them. That
Mhm.
will get the focus away from them and get them, you know, into the other person. And
Absolutely.
that is something that's usually very helpful with that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know if is that kind of where you were.
Absolutely. And I have to say, Marcy, and I think that probably everyone listening is, probably feeling this, but, one thing that just I absolutely love that always impresses me, and it's been like this, since I met you, is just your mindset in always always looking forward and always thinking about other people. Always thinking about what do others need. Like you've used the word, a couple of times, service, and I think that that's also just a perfect word of the space that you seem to really live in a lot is just thinking about other people, listening, and being of service to others, which seems to really fulfill you so much and, give you a lot of confidence, and I think that it's such a draw for others, and your success, I think, goes to show, that how what a great thing that is, probably for you personally, I would guess, but
Yeah.
also for your business, it's really shown up,
Well,
in where
you know,
you're at.
here's the other thing, Mindy, when you're in business and you're feeling maybe not as confident, and I
Mm,
think I felt that way. It's normal for our confidence. If you're human, your confidence will go up or down like we're human, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
And I would say this because I have coached people and like work with people that are sometimes afraid, like they don't want to talk to someone on their chicken list, or maybe
Mm.
they're afraid, they feel like they're not knowledgeable enough, or not confident enough, or not successful enough, or not enough, right?
Yeah.
Think about really successful entrepreneurs, right? Like CEOs,
Mhm.
they may not be the best at everything, but they will bring in the best human resource person. They'll bring in the best CFO, someone who understands the financials. They'll bring in the best, when it comes to marketing and design or product development, or the best in science. And they may not be all of those things. And so I just invite my business partners to think about, don't think about what you're not. Think about who you want to be surrounded by and what would make for a great team. And that's enough. Like you're no less worthy of anybody else than anyone else of being surrounded by excellence.
Yeah.
And when you can invite those people and bring everyone together, first of all, you're a combination of the five people you spend the most time with. That's going to elevate you. That's going to increase your confidence. And the synergy that you'll create by that is phenomenal. So that's how one way to build your confidence. Just be surrounding yourself with amazing people, and do it like in clumps, because I can tell you when you come in, you're kind of like starting. It's nice to have someone else that's getting started with you. So if you
Mhm.
think about that as a strategy, bring in a couple consultants together that can, and they can become friends, and like that synergy will help build your team and your, like longevity within your business too.
And create such an amazing community too, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
such a great work environment, a great community, and you put those things together, and it's just kind of like magic happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I love them.
Well, I mean, mic drop, Marcy. That was like that was such a great, close of it is bringing in the right people, creating the synergy that you want in your not just in your business, but in your life, because as we know, this is it's a lifestyle. It
Mhm.
it it really engulfs all the things and, creates just an amazing lifestyle, I think, for so many people. And I know you've experienced that, like you said, really, really throughout your life, from the very beginning. And it's just continued on, and you've continued passing that on to your kids. So, what an example of what this industry and business can look like. for somebody. So, Marci, any last things that you would like to leave or say to someone listening, maybe new in the industry or getting started? What is there anything that you would say to them as they are looking forward?
Well, you know what? It all starts with like conceive it. You have to like have a dream. You have to believe it to achieve it and make the decision to, know that this is not a get rich quick thing. This LifeVantage was a biotech company that should have never become a network marketing opportunity, and it's a real business. So when I started, I was like, I'm going to commit. I was told like commit 3 to 5 years. And I said to myself, Marci, 3 years, no matter what, no matter if everyone says no, no matter what, 3 years. And I think it took me about, and I'm not saying that you would do what I did because I worked very full time. Okay. And that's unusual. Most people don't work their network marketing business full time. Most consultants work very part-time in the nooks and crannies of their life. And so it really doesn't even matter how long it took me. About a year and a half though, if you're curious. Okay. So to get to that like in between EC1 and EC2 level. Um, but what I would say is that at the end of 3 years, I looked at the choices that I had in my life and the way that everything was unfolding. And I was like, of course I'm not stopping now.
Yeah.
And now it's been 14 years. And I just will say it's a process.
Yeah.
Keep going, make the decision, but stay the course. I mean, so many times there's like a shiny penny or there's distractions. But if you just and it's okay to decide at any moment that you're going to start over. I've started over so many times. I've gone out of balance multiple times, but on purpose to create the momentum. And right now, we've got this incredible opportunity because conventions coming up, whatever, you can use the event to just go out of balance. So you might say 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I mean, I've done it before where I've just said, I'm going to set this like goal for myself or a place that I want to build to or something I want to accomplish, and then just go for it for a
Yeah.
period of time. And yeah, don't be afraid to do that because those decisions to do the work, be coachable, and keep staying the course could change your life and not to mention all the other lives that will be touched. It's phenomenal and I don't know a better way to do it. Like we've got our hands on something so incredible here. And
We really,
Mindy, thank you for
yeah.
being a part of it. Thank you for being part of this journey. I love working with you and like
We have a great time.
we do. We do. It's so great.
Well, Marci, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that you are so busy and have so many things going on. So thanks for taking some time to share the amazing nuggets that you have with us today and share a little bit of your story with us. It's been great. So thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Mindy.
And all of you out there listening, I hope that you had your pens and paper out and were taking notes, all the things. Marci shared some really great systems and different things that she does. Listen again, write them down, and just look forward with confidence and have fun and enjoy doing what you're doing. And we hope to see you all next week. Thanks,
Oh
Activation
yeah.
Nation.
The fun.
Bye,
Don't forget the
everyone.
fun. That's my
Yeah, don't
favorite
forget
F
the
word.
fun. That's the most important part.
My favorite F word. I hope that's okay to say.
It is absolutely. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Activation Nation podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for future episodes and updates, and share with a friend or prospect that you think could benefit from today's conversation. Check the episode description for any links or disclaimers, and we'll see you next week for another episode. And now, the legal stuff. The sales earnings disclosed are potential gross earnings and do not account for expenses incurred in building a business. The average 12-month earnings of a typical U.S. consultant who earned in 2024 are $683. LifeVantage does not guarantee any income or rank success. A consultant's earnings will depend on individual diligence, work effort, and market conditions. Visit the LifeVantage Income Disclosure Statement for more information.